Picture this. Millions of American families, many already struggling to make ends meet, suddenly facing the possibility of going without enough food due to a heated political battle over government funding. That's the urgent reality unfolding with the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, better known as food stamps, amid a national government shutdown. But here's where it gets controversial. The Trump administration is fighting tooth and nail to limit these benefits, sparking debates about power, responsibility, and who should foot the bill for keeping people fed. Let's dive in and unpack this story step by step in a way that's easy to follow, even if you're new to the topic. First off, for those who might not be familiar, SNAP is a vital federal program designed to help low-income individuals and families afford groceries. It serves roughly 1 in 8 Americans, providing monthly benefits that can range from a few dollars to nearly $300 for a single person, or up to about $1,000 for a family of 4, depending on income and other factors. During a government shutdown, when Congress hasn't passed a budget and many federal services grind to a halt, funding for programs like SNAP can become tricky. Normally, benefits are distributed smoothly, but in this case, the Trump administration initially announced that November payments would be skipped entirely because of the shutdown. Enter the courts. Last week, judges stepped in, ruling that the administration couldn't just abandon SNAP recipients. Specifically, U.S. District Judge John J. McConnell, Jr. ordered the full distribution of November benefits, drawing from an emergency reserve fund that holds over $4.6 billion. This fund is meant for just such contingencies, and the judges allowed flexibility to use additional resources if needed, since a full month's payments typically cost between $8.5 billion and $9 billion. And this is the part most people miss. The administration had planned to cover only 65% of the maximum benefits, which could mean some people got nothing at all. Yet the Trump administration isn't backing down. On Friday, they appealed to a federal court to halt that judge's order, arguing that forcing them to spend beyond what's in the contingency fund violates the U.S. Constitution. In their filing, the Department of Justice claimed it makes a mockery of the separation of powers, insisting that courts shouldn't dictate spending or appropriations. Those are Congress's jobs. Critics, including attorneys for cities and nonprofits, fired back, saying there's plenty of money available and that delaying aid to hungry families is unacceptable. It's a clash that raises big questions. Should emergency funds be used this way, or is it overstepping bounds? Imagine if your grocery bill suddenly doubled because of rising food costs. Wouldn't you want help to come through without a fight? While the legal tug-of-war continues, some states are stepping up to bridge the gap. For instance, California and Wisconsin reported that full November benefits started rolling out overnight on Thursday. Food benefits are now beginning to flow back to California families, declared Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom. Wisconsin's Democratic Governor Tony Evers confirmed the same, showing how states can act swiftly when federal guidance is available. But uncertainty lingers for many. We heard from real people affected. Jasmine Youngbay, a single mom in Newark, New Jersey, balancing college and caring for her 7-month-old and 4-year-old sons, checked her SNAP balance and found it at zero. Not everybody has cash to pull out and say, okay, I'm going to go and get this, especially with the cost of food right now, she shared, highlighting how essential these benefits are. Nearby, Tehina Franklin, a school bus guard relying on about $290 monthly to feed her grandchildren, had just 9 cents left and only 3 items in her freezer. If I don't get it, I won't be eating, she said. My money I get paid for goes to the bills, rent, electricity, personal items. That is not fair to us as mothers and caregivers. These stories remind us that behind the headlines are real struggles, families where every dollar counts. States are taking varied approaches to this mess. Michigan promises full allotments within 48 hours for those who get benefits early, with others following their usual schedules. North Carolina, Illinois, and North Dakota began distributing partial payments on Friday, sticking to the administration's original plan. Missouri is waiting for more guidance. And St. Louis Mayor Kara Spencer is rallying donations for a local emergency fund. In a bold move, Delaware's Democratic Governor Matt Meyer used state funds for weekly relief payments, while Connecticut's Democratic Governor Ned Lamont allocated about $72 million from surplus state money to cover full November equivalents, aiming for distribution within 4 days. This herky-jerky back and forth is driving people crazy, Lamont noted. Let's take care of people. We can afford to do it. It's inspiring to see states innovating, but it also underscores the patchwork nature of aid when federal leadership falters. As this drama unfolds, it forces us to confront deeper issues. Is it fair for a government shutdown to threaten food security, or should safeguards prevent such disruptions? And here's another controversial angle. Some argue that tapping into funds without congressional approval blurs lines of power, potentially setting a precedent for future overreach. Others say it's a humanitarian imperative. Feeding the hungry shouldn't be politicized. What do you think? Should courts have the authority to enforce spending in emergencies like this? Is the administration right to prioritize other programs over SNAP? Or are states doing the right thing by filling the void? Share your opinions in the comments. Let's discuss and learn from each other's perspectives.